Hello whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but we're in Scotland. We're in Edinburgh. This is the Scottish Parliament right behind me. So what better place to film a little whiskey rambling? Now mind you, I came over only for the weekend because it's my daughter Amber's 18th birthday, so this is her city trip. Nevertheless, we wanted to take out a little bit of that time to film a whiskey rambling. But since we travelled only for the weekend, we were not allowed to check in baggage, so we only had our own hand luggage, which means we could not bring a big bottle of whiskey. Nevertheless, in the travel retail range, I was able to find this new Glenfiddich in the Cask Collection series. The Cask Collection series by Glenfiddich is only for travel retail, and as far as I was able to ascertain, at the moment they have two. This is the Reserve Cask. There's also the Select Cask, but more about that later. Now about this Reserve Cask. Glenfiddich, of course, is a Speyside whiskey. Glenfiddich was founded in 1887. The first spirit came out of the stills on Christmas Day of that year. Glenfiddich is, of course, one of the most famous, most iconic single malts of Scotland. Now this travel range, the cask series, is hand-selected casks by the master distiller, which is of course Brian Kinsman. He selected those casks and then they were put together in their Solera vat. So the Solera vat is where these casks were put together to marry for a couple of months. And the result is this one, the Reserve Cask. Now the Reserve Cask is in fact a marriage of several vintages of Glenfiddich, but they are all of them sherry casks. Alright. And you can see that by the colour, because it's a beautiful amber, which is fitting because it's my daughter's name, but it's a beautiful amber colour, and it is bottled at a drinking strength of 40% ABV. Now, it's a bit amber. The viscosity is medium, so I presume it will be a medium-bodied whiskey. On the nose. Ooh, this is clearly sherry indeed. I get some warm vanilla, but also some cooked fruits. I get apples, just a hint of marzipan, but mostly lovely oranges and orange rind, sugared orange peel. It's got a bit of a zestiness in there as well, but it's also just a tad dry. And that must be from the oak tannins. On the palate then. Surprisingly peppery for a sherry cask matured whiskey at drinking strength. But indeed the oak is very obvious on the palate. It's a bit like green tea. The tannins are very prominent. But of course there's also again the warm vanilla and the soothing citrus fruits. There's a touch of zestiness in there as well. Quite nice, lovely. The finish is medium long and drying still. Well, to be completely honest, it's not my favourite Glenfiddich that I've ever tried, but it is a very nice and very affordable entry-level malt. So if you're ever travelling abroad, go to the duty-free shop, because that's the only place where you will be able to find this new Glenfiddich Cask series, and then be on the lookout for the Reserve Cask. Last I checked, and that was in Brussels, coming over here to Edinburgh, the full bottle was 43 euros. So there you go. And these half bottles, or even less, because this is only 200 milliliters, was even or 15 euros, something like that. So very well worth seeking out. I've had too much already. And that's all for this whiskey rambling. The Glenfiddich Cask series, the Reserve Cask, a marriage in the Solera vat of sherry cask matured Glenfiddich Speyside malts. And that's all for this whiskey rambling from the beautiful capital of Scotland, Edinburgh, with the Scottish Parliament behind me, where they were actually, when we arrived, they were demonstrating for a second referendum. I arrived and I shouted, "Freedom!" and they clapped. So I presume there's still many Scots out there who really want to be independent. But until then, enjoy their Scotch. And that's all for this whiskey rambling, and I hope to see you again at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you.